What's up? Thank you for joining me. My name is Coach Vassar. This is the OTF Audio Daily Beats. If you're new to these, as always, thank you for tuning in. As I ramble about some of the Orange Theory workouts, if you find value in them, information is in the description on how to support me. Once again, don't support me until you find value in them. If your feedback you feel would benefit me to give you more value into this, for sure, shoot me a message on GroupMe. You could also comment in the YouTube comments here. But other than that, we're going to dive into it. This is going to be on Sunday, October 13th. It's also going to repeat on Wednesday, October 23rd. So this will be the last repeat workout before we jump into Hell Week. We're going to see strength on the treads, strength on the rower, and then endurance on the weight floor. So as far as key concepts go, on the treads, we're going to see two 11-minute blocks. We're going to try to collect as much distance in block 1 and then try to match or beat it in block 2. It's always a 90-second push and a 1-minute base, but we throw in some inclines on your push to challenge our strength. For the rower, each time you row, it's 12 strokes. Can you match or beat your distance each time? And then on the floor, you're gonna have 2 blocks, crush as many rounds as you can with high volume and quick breaks. So very much endurance focus. When we look at the treads, block 1, so like they said, 11 minutes, we wanna try to stay as close to their initial push speed as the incline increases. So if they can maintain it, great. Otherwise, maybe back off just a hair. And they are trying to collect as much distance as possible. We are going to see increase in inclines in block 1 and then the same inclines but in reverse order, so decrease in block 2. Format's going to be very simple with a 90 push, 1-minute base. They're going to see that a total of 4 times and then a bonus 1 minute all out. So that first push for 90 seconds, power walkers, we're looking for about 6% or greater. And then joggers and runners, I would probably start them up on the mid-range, so that way if they need to back off a little bit, they have some breathing room. So somewhere between maybe 1 to 1.5 over their base. And then for the bikes and striders, the call out here is to start at their push gear for that first one, hopefully get in uncomfortable, so about 3 to 5 gears over their base. And then if they are able to, can they increase their gear on each push? And then if they feel like they're getting into like an all-out effort, then they obviously want to, back off just a little bit. And then in block 2, they're going to start at their highest gear that they got during their pushes, and then as they repeat, decrease those gears. So on the treads, we'll see flat road for that first push, followed by a 2, 3, then a 4% incline for their pushes. Power walkers, they'll start at 5, and then they'll see 6, 7, and 8% incline. After that 4% push climb, they'll have a 1-minute base, and then they have a flat road all out. After the 11 minutes, they'll check their distance, 90-second walk recovery, and then block 2, they're gonna flip it. So they'll start with that 4% push climb for 90 seconds, and then decrease that incline every round. And as they lose incline, can they increase their speed? Hopefully, if they started conservative in block 1, they could hopefully maintain that same speed and then bump it up as the incline goes down during block 2. And that's gonna be the treads. When we look at the weight floor, we have circuits for 3 rounds of miniband work and then a 2-movement circuit for as many rounds as possible. So block 1 and block 2 are gonna be set up that way. In block 1, we're gonna have mid-band, low plank alternate and toe tap, followed by the crunch hold in and out. So band is gonna go right about the middle of the shin. 12 reps for each of those movements, 3 rounds. After that, they're done with the band. They can wipe it down and it is gone for the rest of the workout. We're gonna see the circuit is gonna be a single arm step out squat. They're gonna do 8 on one side, 8 on the other. This is the movement where the dumbbell is on the side like a suitcase, and as they step out, they're actually gonna have the weight go in between their legs, squat down, and as they come back up, weight goes back outside the hip. And then I'll pair that up with the strap pull up. And they're gonna repeat that as many times as they can for 3+ rounds in block 1. When we look at block 2, we are gonna do a 12-stroke all-out row, and then they have a dumbbell overhead tricep extension for 12 reps. And they're gonna do that for 3 rounds. I would recommend that they take a dumbbell with them to take that over to the rower. Every time that they do the row, they are gonna reset their screen and they are gonna try to match or beat their distance from that previous attempt. I personally like to have them check their distance after they do the dumbbell exercise, so that way the carryover is accounted for. Within the template itself, there is no call out on their stroke rate, but since it is strength focus, the all out could be all out effort from the leg drive. When we look at the 3G version, there is a stroke rate recommendation during one of the blocks of 22 to 24. So if you want to keep that similarity there, by all means, use that as a recommendation. Like keep it 22 to 24 strokes per minute for this 12 stroke all out row. But there is no like official call out on what to use for that. Once they finish that, they're done with the rower. They could wipe it down. They'll take their stuff back to the weight floor. And then same thing, their goal here is 3 rounds or more. They're gonna have a single arm, single leg, lateral step up, 8 on each side, followed by the strap bicep curl, and try to knock out as many rounds as possible, 3+. Bonus, completely different movement. They're gonna have the decline high plank from the bench with alternating toe tap for that minute there. So nice little blend of like lower body, upper body sequences with these circuits. So hopefully minimal downtime is required for members and they could just kind of float from movement to movement. And that's gonna be the 2G. When we look at the 3G, setup is gonna be very similar in terms of distance challenges on the treads with 2 different blocks. Now the push is gonna be 75 seconds instead of 90. Base is still 1 minute. We're only gonna see 3 rounds, but the 3rd round, instead of going into a base from the push, they go right into their all out. So in block 1, flat road push for 75, 1 minute base. Then they're gonna have a 2% and then a 3% push. And then after that 75 second push at 3%, they go right into a 45 second all out. Same goal though, check their distance at the end of the 6.5 minutes. And then in block 2, they'll flip it. Start with the 75 second push at 3% incline and then drop it down until the flat road push into a 45 all out. Rowers, we're gonna see 2 different blocks. Block 1 for the rower is the block 2's first circuit from the 2G. So 12 stroke all out row, check remember distance at some point, and then do the overhead tricep extension. And that is with dumbbells. So they are gonna have to grab weights to take them over. They'll have 12 reps there, repeat, match repeat their distance every round. Block 2, now we're gonna do a distance base all out, 150 meters, 22 to 24 strokes per minute, and we are gonna count their strokes. So match their stroke count or do it in 1 fewer every round if possible. For most people, this should take, I would say, somewhere around 12 to 14 strokes for that 150 meter row. After that, they're gonna have a goblet alternating reverse lunge with torso rotation. So dumbbells here, they'll step back, they'll turn over that front leg, stand up, step back on the other side, turn the other side. And they'll repeat that circuit until they have a 45 second all out finisher. Me personally, whenever it's just an all out here for a strength day, I still try to have them hold that same stroke rate of whatever the strength goal is. Though of course there is no call out on the template itself. When we look at the weight floor, we are gonna see the same 2 blocks just blended into 1 big block now. So 14.5 minutes, they'll have 2 rounds of the same 2 mini bands from the 2G. After that, done with the mini bands, then they have the step out squat pull up for 2 rounds, and then the single arm, single leg step up and bicep curl from the strap for 2 rounds. After that, they will choose their favorite exercises to complete as 1 big block. So there's no restriction on these choices here. So of the 6, they could do 2, 3, they could do all 6 movements as 1 big circuit. It's their choice there. But then the finisher, of course, same finisher from the 2G, bench decline high plank, alternating toe tap. Nice little workout to kind of get them going for that Sunday. And of course, it is the same workout that they'll see the Wednesday before Hell Week. So nothing too crazy. So that way people could jump into that first Thursday workout for Hell Week, feeling successful and feeling strong and confident. That's all I got for you guys. Enjoy this workout as always. Any feedback, let me know. Other than that, coach it down.